We have breaking news. Breaking news. T-Mobile made several moves over the last 24 to 48 hours in official filings to the FCC. So we got breaking news, and I want to get the biggest of the breaking news out the way right away. Great article here from Fierce Network. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. So T-Mobile, as crazy as this may sound, they have officially put in filings to sell the rest of their DoD 3.45 holdings to Columbia Capital. There is a different entity that is attached to Columbia Capital that T-Mobile is selling their remaining license of 3.45 DoD spectrum. Yes, that is the entire wherever else they own it outside of the 13 markets where they swapped it, which is what's being discussed in this article that you're seeing. I think it's like 78 markets is what I tracked on the official FCC filing. So the remaining 78 markets, T-Mobile is selling the entire rest of their DoD license. So they will no longer be owning any of the DoD spectrum in the markets where they previously owned it. So I wanted to get that right. I wanted to get that out the way right away so you guys are informed. DoD, if you were tracking that it's in your market, it's no longer going to be a part of your spectrum portfolio in your market. T-Mobile is selling the rest. Now, I don't know the transaction amount. I'm still waiting on that. That wasn't listed. I'm going to assume it's got to be in the billions, right? Like 1 billion, 2 billion maybe. So we'll look out for that. I'm sure some official articles will come out. At least I hope so, where we can see the transaction amount that T-Mobile is gaining. But what also took place and why I think T-Mobile is doing the DoD deal is they officially put in the U.S. Cellular transaction. They officially put that in with the FCC with all of the spectrum that they want to purchase per county. And it looks like they want to be below, like a little bit lower on the spectrum screen. So they got rid of some mid-band, right? The DoD is mid-band. They got rid of some of that so they can be lower on the spectrum portfolio side. And they're also, from what I'm tracking, from what I saw in the filings, they're also purchasing a little bit less of spectrum than they originally agreed upon the original acquisition agreement with U.S. Cellular. So it looks like T-Mobile is pushing to get this deal across the finish line sooner, or at least they're trying to. Maybe they reached out to the FCC. It's possible behind the scenes, and the FCC may have told them, okay, you need to do this, and this additionally, and then, you might be able to get this across the finish line a bit sooner. I'm speculating on that part, but it's very possible that did happen. So this is very interesting of T-Mobile to do this. Maybe they got some, like I said, maybe they got someone in the FCC putting that in their ear, like, hey, look, if you do this, maybe they have someone else that they're talking to that's giving them, advice and directive, like, hey, if you do this, you might get this done a lot faster. So that's what T-Mobile is looking at, right? They're looking at selling the DoD. I don't think they ever had any plans to deploy that spectrum. Maybe at one point when they first initially bought it, maybe they had an idea or a plan, a strategy to deploy. But as time went on, maybe they decided, okay, if we can get more 2.5, which they ended up getting in those 13 markets, and if they can get U.S. Cellular across the finish line faster, then they're willing to give up DoD. And that's exactly what they did. Now, one spectrum that I'm confident in that they won't get rid of is the C-band holdings. They have 40 megahertz of it in some of the markets that they bought it, if not all of them. And that holding they won't get rid of. They won't get rid of that C-band holding. But the DoD, it's mostly 20 megahertz, and I mean, obviously they're willing to get rid of it. So just wanted to share that with you guys. I'll be tracking more of this behind the scenes, looking at the licenses, looking at the filings, trying to see what the transaction amount is, how much they're selling or how much T-Mobile will get. But it's definitely happening. They are definitely selling the remaining DoD license in the markets that they own it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you're new. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. See y'all in the next one. Peace.